You know, I keep seeing people stating that the end of times is near. It's okay if you want to believe that, but it seems like a pretty bleak thought. All you're focusing on is the destruction of mankind, the end battle between good and evil. What is it you're supposed to be doing as a Christian if it's the end of times? You're supposed to be out saving others, bringing the news to them, bringing the joy of God and Jesus, but yet you sit behind a screen and you comment on videos that make you feel like your faith is lining aligning with um, somebody else's, with the Bible. Do you actually step out there and try to find people that you can help, or do you just comment, God is good, the end is near? Why are we focused on the end of times? Now, I know biblically it says no one knows the end except for God. Not even Jesus knows the end, what day or time it will come. Something like that. I don't have that section memorized that well. But yet, everybody out here, I see more people more and more saying, the end is near. We're closing in on the end of times. This is happening. It has to be true. Let's focus on making sure you're right with God. Then moving on and making sure others are right with God. And don't gotta shove it in their face, shove it down their throat, or any of that, but you bring it to them in a nice, polite manner. Don't use the fear of hell tactic or the getting to heaven tactic, because I hate to tell you, the last few generations are absolutely wrong. You're a little self centered if that's all you're worried about is whether or not you're going to go to heaven or hell. Do you really think that's all Christianity is about? It's just about you getting to heaven? Somebody screwed that one up. I could care less whether I go to heaven or hell. Everything I try to bring to other people through Christianity is about setting some things right that I screwed up on in the past, trying to correct things I've told other people that was wrong or might have misled them. Um, Trying to make sure that people know the truth rather than be deceived by the ignorance. I can't fathom heaven. I can't fathom hell. So they're not important. If I'm supposed to go one way or the other, I'll go that way. I'll either suffer for eternity or I won't. But the truth is not about me. It's not about what I'm going to gain from it. So meanwhile, all these people are out here talking about going to heaven or hell. All I want to do is nudge people gently, calmly, kindly in a direction so that maybe their mind will open just a little bit further so they might take in a little more truth. And then God will do what he does and correct me and correct others and get the person to believe what's right, what's true. I don't know if I've said this on here. I've said this previously somewhere on another avenue somewhere. These evil spirits that this earth seems to want to call as demons, if you look closely throughout the Bible, you will see that the evil spirits didn't really come about until after the Great Flood. When the Great Flood happened, it was because the Nephilim, half fallen angel, half human hybrids, rose and caused so much evil destroyed so much that God had to wipe out the world, only leaving Noah and his family and, the animals he needed to. What do you think happens to a hybrid that has half a soul and then like fallen angel grace, I guess you'd call it, for an angel's soul? When that happens and there's that much power and there's that much hatred, anger, and disgrace, do you think God's going to send them to heaven? He doesn't send anybody to heaven or hell right away. That's all going to happen in the blink of an eye at the end of time. Or maybe it'll seem that way. I'm not sure because there is no definitive direct answer. It's all up to you to decide. But do you think he's going to allow that to go to heaven without working, not working, but changing enough so that he can accept who they are, so that they can accept who he is and accept that they were wrong and ask to be forgiven? No, they didn't go to hell. They're stuck here roaming around as spiritual energy that's looking for a host to inhabit the power that we can give them. Just take that into consideration for a while. Then some of these other higher level like principalities, they may actually be some part of fallen angel, or I don't know. According to what I'm gathering, there's two waves of fallen angels. There's one where it was Satan and his band of misfits that fell, and then there's possibly the other one that was the Watchers who fell from immorality with human females. The giants, the Nephilim, the cause of them. So if that's the case, the Watchers, after all was said and done, were locked away underground, buried until the end of times, when the Great War happens. Now, Satan, his band, I don't know if they're one and the same as the Watchers or not. But if they're not and they're still out there, they're the principalities. They're the ones who are ordering these spirits of evil to do their wrong, tempt man, and all that wonderful crap. Wonderful. Bad choice of words. Just consider this. Let's stop saying, oh, it's the end is near. How about you get up off your butt? Stop commenting that stuff and try to help others. At least step outside your comfort zone and do something that'll help mankind rather than pretend like you know that the end is near. Because not one of us on this planet knows that. And we won't until it actually happens. Sorry. You theologians that are out there talking about the end of times is soon, and the people, the commoner, that is just kind of winging it. You don't know. You won't know. Let's give up on it. Let's stop hoping for the worst case scenario to happen right now. It's a little bleak and a little disgusting if you think about it. You're focusing on the worst case scenario. Yeah, what happens afterwards is what's supposed to be wonderful for those that believe. But everything that happens between now and when everything has ended, it's pretty bleak and dark. And you look at people like, oh, I'm ready to call it I've had enough in this life. Or somebody that's got a little bit of a mental illness or might be plagued by something evil. And you look at them because they have a moment where they want to think about ending it, and they're so bad. It's no different. You want mass extinction, and it's going to happen over the course of a 7-year period, and you want to watch everybody that may think they believe but don't quite believe die, or the people that don't believe, you want to watch them just die. It's bleak. Think about it.